So I played the College Football 26 beta, and here are my honest thoughts about it.
Okay, not gonna lie, I forgot to mention a bunch of things. Such as one, I was not allowed to record any of the gameplay because, I literally physically couldn't. And also, I don't want to get banned for the entire year. But if you do want to see any of the gameplay, it's probably on Twitter somewhere. But you didn't hear that from me. Also, this video is a lot shorter than other ones. And not gonna lie, I was low-key trying to stretch it to 8 minutes so I can get my mid-rolls. But I had to just post it. So yeah, enjoy the video.
So the first thing I noticed was that the game, it literally looked different. I can't show pictures obviously side by side, but it reminded me of the jump from Madden 17 to Madden 18, if that makes sense. I'll have pictures of it on the screen, but that was the first thing I saw instantly. One other thing I did see was that they finally fixed the tackle angles, because if you noticed in College Football 25, you would not be able to tackle them even if you're hella close like you were in Madden. Now it got fixed. It's a lot more better. I also noticed that the QB throw animation is way quicker this year. He slings it out. But one thing I did notice also was that for some reason your QB would miss a lot of throws, a lot of easy throws for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it was just a skill issue, but defensively, a couple things I noticed was that there was a bunch of new different hit stick animations. I don't know, I'll just put random ones on the screen, but there was a lot of bigger hits that will probably end up hurting the player more with the wear and tear system. But also noticed that there was a couple new defensive formations, and there was a lot of new nickel ones, which is good because I run a lot of nickel, especially nickel 335 wide. But also one big thing is you could actually sub players in game, so you don't have to pause the game or do it through your formation. You just have to press up on the D-pad. However, whenever you're changing cameras and stuff, whenever you're first get into a MUT squad game or something, that's gonna take a little bit to get used to. But I'm on defense. At least it's not on offense, because on offense you have to it's the same thing, but it's kind of weird. Oh, and also one humongous change is, so when you're in behind the line of scrimmage, you could juke with your quarterback now. But one thing that I have to even get used to is, so the only way you could juke is if you are holding R2. But if you're not holding R2, that's how you playmaker. So I'm used to holding R2 when I playmaker, because I'm sprinting with my quarterback. But now if you try to do it, you're just gonna juke, and you low-key might get sacked, but it'll take some time to get used to. Another big change I saw was dynamic abilities, which honestly, and not gonna lie, at first I thought it was X Factor, but it's basically if you have any gold abilities, like gold takeoff or extender or whatever, I think that's what's called for quarterbacks, they could be upgraded to platinum if you do something in game. So it's essentially if X Factors from Madden, those objective things, are brought into college football, but they're only for abilities. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel I like it, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel that's probably the perfect middle for X Factors. It's not too overpowered, but still incentivizes you to use that player. And I also noticed you could put custom zones on your safety. So if you want your safety to play really, really high, you can. Or if you want your safety to play really, really low, zone coverage, you can. The only problem is, or at least in the beta, but it'll probably get fixed in game, was that man coverage was ridiculously good. And I love that, because obviously, you know me, I run a lot of man, because zone is too complicated for my brain. But hey, if defense got also really good without them nerfing offense, how in Madden they'd usually do that. And the one biggest change I saw in defense was how the corners, they'll play realistic to the point where it's if they're not looking at the ball, they can't pick it off. They'll just swat it, or it'll just be dropped. It's a lot more better. And also, if the pass is directly thrown at them, they'll pick it. Not where it's hella random, where they'll not even be looking and they'll just jump up and catch it from behind. The only negatives I saw was that how stadium pulse is in online, so that's a little bit of RNG, because it's if you're the away team for a whole season, you're just kind of screwed, not gonna lie, because the stadium pulse is crazy now, because now it's the screen shakes back and forth, and you get the squiggly lines how we would used to in Madden before they got rid of it this year, which is kind of, or was it no, last year they got rid of it. Also, there was no more speed out, which I didn't really use speed out, and I'm gonna be 1000% honest, I don't even know what speed out does, but that got removed. So if you use it, rip, I guess. And then one thing that they said they were going to change, but it really didn't change, at least it didn't feel in the beta, was that high balls were still overpowered. And if you don't know what a high ball is, it's whenever you throw and you press L1, because obviously it throws the ball high, but that didn't get removed. or not removed, but nerfed. So I mean, they're still good. Also, besides that, the quarterback missing a lot of throws, I noticed my running back could not catch the ball for some reason. And I use my running back a lot through the air because I really don't like running the ball for some reason. I'm just an airhead, I guess. Why do I call myself an airhead? What the hell? But I throw the ball a lot, basically. Yeah, the only two modes that were available in the beta was Dynasty and Road to the CFBR. Yeah, Road to the Playoffs. I think that's what it's called. Dynasty, I didn't go too in depth. I would literally just looking at the stadiums, and they finally got Hawaii Stadium, which is pretty cool. And there's two other colleges: is Delaware and Montana State, I think, or I don't know what state it was. It has a bear. That's all I remember. But also in Road to Glory, there's a lot of more customizations. Like you could literally change the stance of your players. So like if you want them to stand up and like the backfield like Genty, you can do that. Or if you want, I don't know. I didn't really see that. I didn't even know that was in the beta because I didn't explore that much. But overall, I felt the beta was pretty good and I enjoyed it a lot. Also, some little changes that aren't really that important that I noticed was that the sleeves of the jerseys look way more realistic. They're not like the sleeves that like Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner wear. You could actually like look good in them because they're not flailing out like a shirt that's like doesn't fit you. I don't know how to describe it, but you're not wearing them like a shirt that doesn't fit you. But other than that, that was pretty much it. The beta was pretty fun. I'm hyped for College Football 26. Hopefully you guys are hyped for it. And as always, please hit the subscribe button. We're on that road to 2,000 subs. Comment down below what other videos I should do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And also, I don't know how to end these things, but